Day 2, driving, dedicated, out of the Walmart DC in North Platte. Now on day 1, I picked up my load and was out of here by 3 in the afternoon. Still had plenty of time left on my clock. I took advantage of that and drove about 240 miles. So I got within 20 miles of my first delivery, which was the following morning, today, day 2. Having spent the night in a really nice little rest stop just south of Omaha, drove to the Walmart store. Actually got there a little bit early, but no problem. They unloaded me right away. I was out of there in half an hour. 75 miles to stop number 2, the next Walmart store. I stood at the door ringing the bell for about 10 minutes and then asked another driver who said that they actually have 2 unloading areas at either end of the store, and I was at the one for general merchandise. So I walk all the way up to the other end and found the grocery docks and then got the truck up there and backed it in. This stop had about 24 pallets going to it, so I was there a while. And then I also took advantage of the time there to stock up on my own food for the week, because I usually find a Walmart somewhere, somehow, and buy everything I need for the coming week. So I was able to combine those 2 things at that particular store. So I was there a little while, actually. Then on to stop number 3, which is only another 45 miles. All the stores are very easy to get into. The last stop, I only had like 3 pallets left in the truck that went to them. The paperwork that you get when you pick up the load, the one sheet has the stops listed with spaces for people to sign and write the time in and time out. And the other sheet is kind of a map of where the pallets are inside the trailer, so you can see exactly which ones they're taking out. And you check, because each pallet is labeled with the store number, so make sure that those ones go into that store and that they don't take another one they're not supposed to or something like that. Because you don't want to get to the last store and find out you're missing a pallet or you've got one extra, and then you got to go hightail it back the way you came, right? So there's no actual BOL. So that's another thing that's different here. When you're OTR, every load has a bill of lading, and you got your numbers, your seal number, trailer number, BOL number, and all that stuff has to be entered. In this case, they for the dry vans, they give you like a dummy number for the trailer, and you use that when you do your loaded call. There's no BOL number really to speak. They give you a load number that you put in on your loaded call and your empty call. Having enough time on my clock, I drove all the way back here to the distribution center in North Platte. Got here about 8:30 at night. Still had a little time left on my clock, so I was good with that, and got myself about 550 miles for the day. However, the 3rd day is actually my reset day. I only had like 1 hour left on my 70-hour clock, so I'm just gonna sit here. It could be better, you know, if I was at a Love's or in a small town or something like that, I'd go out for a walk and explore a little bit and maybe do some shopping or whatever. But they got showers here, and there's a lounge, and I've got everything I need in the truck. Like I said, I did my shopping, so I'll just spend the day doing paperwork and computer stuff and making videos and get some exercise, take a shower for my next load. And I expect to get a load in the afternoon of my 3rd day, so that on the 4th day I can just pick up and scoot out of here real early. Also important to note, on day 2, every store I got to, the message you send is arrived at stop, and then when you leave, you're departing your stop. And you don't do your arrived at the consignee until you actually get back to the DC. So you send that arrived at cons as a form message, and you send your empty call at that point. When you get back here, not when you're finished unloading at the last truck stop or store or anything like that. So that's the procedure. Each store is arrived and departed from a stop. And the final one is your empty call. When you're back here, you drop your empty trailer in the designated area, park your bobtail over here to get the paperwork for your next load. So stay tuned, there's more to come. All right, day 3. Day 3 is my reset day. I didn't get a pre-plan, nothing happened. I just did some exercise, paid some bills, and chilled out all day. That's all I got to say about day 3. Day 4. Here we are at the Walmart DC in North Platte. I got up, as usual, pretty early, like 4:30, 5 o'clock. Was thinking I'd get a load pretty soon, you know. So I did my usual thing and had breakfast and got my food ready for the day and got dressed and all that stuff. It wasn't until about 7:30 I got a message saying your load is ready, and then the load information came through. So 7:30 in the morning, I thought, oh, that's pretty good. Only been waiting a little while here, but then I went through it all. I saw the addresses and all that sort of thing. It was very interesting. But then the appointment times for the deliveries were at 5 o'clock at night. So I thought, wow, let me think about this now, where I have to go. I figured I had to do 4.5, 5 hours driving. The first stop, there were 3 stops. The first stop, delivering at 5 o'clock. The window ended at 8 o'clock at night or something. Then the second place was close by. Then I had to drive 30 miles, go to the next place. That window opened at like 5 or 6 o'clock and ended at 9 o'clock at night or something. So I thought, well, here it is, 7:30 in the morning. I'm really shouldn't go on duty until about 11 or 11 o'clock. Well, that's weird. Okay. So I took a shower and cleaned up the truck a little bit and tried to figure if I could maybe take a nap, you know, because it looked like it was going to be a pretty long day. And then all of a sudden, bang, at 9 o'clock, I get messages saying, here's your appointment times now. Well, suddenly the appointment times are at like 9 o'clock in the morning. So I could have picked up, took off, and already been halfway there by now, right? Okay, 9 o'clock, all right. So I've done all my trip planning in the meantime, figured out the addresses, how I'm going to get in, how I'm going to get out, which way to the next place. Everything is programmed, everything's ready. So I thought, great. All I got to do is go get the paperwork. So we walk in there, and this is a temperature controlled load. Walked in there, got the bills, got everything figured out, came back in here and picked up the trailer. Now with these temperature controlled, these reefer units, you got to make sure you got enough fuel when you leave here. Make sure they're full, and when you bring them back at the end of the day, fill them up again so they're ready for the next guy. So I got the trailer, went to the fuel lane over here, didn't have a clue. So there's quite a procedure to fueling at this particular spot. First of all, the lane number 1 doesn't work, so you go to lane 2 and you're using pumps number 2, but the master pump is on the passenger side, totally opposite to any truck stop, right? And then the little box there where you program and everything, there's a different procedure for filling a trailer as opposed to filling your truck. So now I've had to find out how to do all that stuff. So if you come here to do that, make sure you find that out before you need to actually do it. On my way, off I go down to Longmont, Colorado. First stop was the Walmart on the south side of town. I delivered there, took off like 9 pallets, and because it's a reefer, you've got bulkheads and different temperature zones inside the trailer. So there was some moving stuff out, moving stuff back in, and then just up the other side of town, the Walmart on the north side of town in Longmont, and another 9 pallets came out, and moving bulkheads and taking stuff out and putting stuff back in and checking every pallet to make sure that it's the one for this store and the one for the next store got back in the truck. And then put your bulkheads back in place and keep checking the temperature. You got to check your temperature. It's already set and it's already running when you picked up the trailer at the DC. But make sure that it's still running and that the temperature's where it's supposed to be, or all that food's going to go bad, right? Then on to the last stop down in Broomfield, Colorado. We got family down there. The last 9 pallets come off. And at that point, I shut the reefer off once everything was unloaded and I had closed it all up again. There's no need to have that thing running when you're driving all the way back again and wasting fuel. And it's going to sit here in the yard, and then they're going to reload it and set the temperatures and do all that stuff. So it doesn't have to be running all the time like that. And then headed all the way back here. So I only had a total of about 520 miles. I got back here at 11 o'clock at night. My 14-hour clock had maybe 20 minutes left on it. Fuel the trailer, drop the trailer, park my bobtail, do the final paperwork. You got to do arrived at consignee and empty call, and make sure the N Transit app, you've completed the load on that. So all those things got to be done here. And then I went to bed. So long day. I picked up a Subway at one of the Walmarts. Got me a turkey sub because I wasn't going to be able to go back here and fix my dinner. Ate the sub while I was driving back here to the DC, and so when I got here I was full and tired and sleepy and done for the day and went to bed. Got up at 7:30 this morning, and my next pre-plan is already here, so stay tuned. I'll tell you about day 5 in a minute. All right, day 5 out of the Walmart DC in North Platte with the dedicated fleet. I got my load information about 7:30ish in the morning. Yeah, 560 miles. The trailer was not loaded though until 11 o'clock in the morning, so I had some time to do a little exercise and eat and shower and plan the load very thoroughly. Picked up the trailer, got out of here about noon by the time I fueled up the reefer and the truck and everything, and I was back here just after 11:30 at night. That was my day, all the way down to Great Bend, Kansas. So covering territory here from North Platte all the way down into Kansas. That's day 5. All right, stay tuned. Hello, halfway through day 6 here at the North Platte dedicated DC for Walmart. I gotta say, I got my pre-plan in the morning, pretty good, 8 o'clock or something like that. But it is now 1:45 in the afternoon. The trailer's not loaded yet, so I'm waiting. And this will be another like 500 and change miles for this run down to Dodge City, Kansas and back with 2 stops. So I'm thinking I'll get it all done in one day. I'm going to be getting back here pretty late tonight. This is the pattern the last 3 days, you know. Day 4 and day 5, I got my load info pretty early in the morning, but the trailers weren't ready until after 11 in the morning. So today, even later, you know. And getting in late at night, I'm going right to sleep. Up early the next morning, I'm ready to go on duty as soon as I got my 10-hour rest in, and then I sit for several hours. So that's a bit of a disappointment. Other thing is my special phone holder for doing these videos has got the suction cup so I can stick it to the window. Just broke this morning, so I'm gonna have to look for another one. In the meantime, I'm trying to hold this as steady as I can, bracing on the steering wheel. Sorry, honey bun, technical difficulties. Anyway, I'll keep you informed. Here we are on day 6. Conclusion of day 6. Trailer was loaded at 1:05, so I went in, got my paperwork, did all my final button pushing in here, went and got the trailer, had to top up the fuel tank on the reefer. It is a refrigerated load, and then scale the load and get fuel over at the Flying J, not here. So I was able to get another suction cup window phone holder thingy. How do you like it? It's working good so far. Off we went to Dodge City, Kansas, with a stop just before that. So 2 Walmarts, refrigerated load, inside lifting up bulkheads and counting pallets and making sure they got the right ones at the right store and put the right ones back in for the next store. I got that all done. I drove it pretty hard, did 565 miles total for the day, and got back here at 1:40 in the morning. So getting later and later at night. Today I can't go on duty, of course, until 11:40 in the morning. But I already got my pre-plan for day 7. I'll be going down to Aurora, Colorado with 3 stops, about 536 miles or something like that round trip. I could be back here tonight. We'll see if I make that happen or not. I might also take advantage of one of those stops and get some groceries because the fridge is almost empty. So I'll let you know how day 7 turns out. Thanks for watching.
Be sure to join us in the next video for the big conclusion of Kevin's week of helping out at the dedicated Walmart fleet in North Platte, Nebraska. In the meantime, if you enjoyed this video, if you learned anything, please do give it the thumbs up, put your comments and questions below, and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. And with that, we wish you a great day. With love from Kevin and Tanya. Bye.